Well, hello there. Something a little different from yours truly. Um, I've stepped away from the rat race, as it were, to come to what is and always will be one of my favourite places in this entire universe. You guys probably can't hear this probably because you'll be getting the summer breeze, but it is quiet here. It is tranquility personified. This is the only place in this entire world that I can come and feel somewhere near peace. This place has a massive calming effect on me. This is the old quarry up at Hill End in County Durham. It is a perfect summer's day. The sun is shining, the skies are perfect blue, and there's a nice, lovely breeze, so that I'm not cooking. And I've had a week off work this week, but this is what I've wanted to do this entire week. This is what I've been looking forward to. I haven't been here for at least a couple of years. Every time seems to get a bit longer and longer, but I'm trying to go at least once every summer. And this time I've done it because I needed this more than I wanted to admit. I'm about to dump a lot of thoughts. Some of them might be a bit heavy, so if that's not your cup of tea, then I completely understand, and I'll see you on the other side. But it's what I come here to do. I come here to just leave everything behind, like every single thing. Oh wow. Sorry, I just saw the sunlight just scatter across the water there. It's beautiful. I don't know if probably can't see it very well, but that was great. Now you know me, I love losing myself in virtual worlds. Sometimes, often to a point where I don't have much of a life. But this is one thing I can't do in those worlds. Not even in Skyrim. Even Sky, which I consider to be one of the most beautiful things I've ever explored, can't hold a candle to this. It's just perfect, you know? Perfect. And I've just come here to try and get away from everything every little thing you have to deal with in life, every little thing that's in here as well, just to try and put it to rest somehow, you know? Which is not the easiest thing. There's a thing going around that apparently 50% of all humans have an internal monologue. I have it, and it never shuts up. Never shuts up. And including times I wish it would, you know? This year's about halfway through 2023. There's been a lot of positives. I've gotten back some of what I lost in 22, but there's one thing I haven't gotten back, and it's the hardest one to get back. There's two things, and they're both kind of linked, and they shouldn't be, to be honest. I don't know how they're linked, but I came to this place 6 years ago on the 24th of January 2017. I'm not going to go over why I came here. I've been through it before. All I'm going to say is I didn't plan on coming back. And I lost something that day. I lost someone I cared about very deeply. And I lost an important part of myself. And the fact of the matter is, I've been trying to get that part back ever since then. This is kind of hard for me to admit, but maybe those who know me have noticed it. Maybe. But I kind of didn't realise what it was until one of my friends randomly came out with something the other day. I feel really lonely lately. Very lonely. I wish there was someone special in my life again. At times I wish there was a certain someone special in my life again, but I know that's never going to happen. And this came up in conversation with said friends. You know who you are. And one of them turned around and said, you've got to have passion for something other than wanting to be with someone. I don't think you know it, bud, but you hit the nail on the head. That's what I lost. That's what I lost that day. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if any of you have noticed, personally or just on stream, that at times I feel a bit not that into it. That has happened a few times. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm not entertaining enough for people. Like, I don't really get what streaming's all about. I'm starting to realise it's more about people being social with each other over a common interest rather than about, a lot of the time, about the game itself. I mean, for me, it's kind of always been the opposite. I'm always about enjoying the game I'm playing, just getting it out there, but I know a lot of people would rather had interesting things to say, and I don't, because I don't have a life. Let's face it, I don't have a life. I go to work, I come home, I fire up my PC or console, and I just pretend I'm not here for hours at a time. And while there's nothing wrong with liking video games, I think maybe I've got a bit too far into them. I do have to wonder sometimes. I don't know. Like, I have social anxiety. I struggle with things that other people find basic, you know? That's not really a thing that's gone away. And while I've maybe gotten a bit better, recent events have sort of pushed me back. Like, I don't feel good enough. I don't feel I'm interesting. I don't feel like anyone really wants to know me. I told you I had an inner monologue. I'm one of the people in the monologue that it says things like that to me quite a lot. You know what I mean? Sorry, had to cut off a couple of times because there's been people. It's fair enough. I know other people come here as well. It's like a perfect day for it. I don't blame them. I know, that's something I gotta try and work on. Just dealing with other people better, because I don't always do it right. I don't know why I find it so hard. It's like there's a block. There's just a block in here that stops me from, I don't know, socialising normally. I've never been quite normal, really, let's face it. Guess this is part of why I came here, just to sort of get some of this off my chest, you know? It's almost like a void I can just speak into. Like a personal room 101, you know what I mean? My solitude's been slightly broken. Oh well, what can you do? What can you do, eh? But I tell you what I've done while being sat here in the sun, apart from burning sight on my house. I brought my writing and drawing stuff with me. I drew one or two things, but couldn't quite find the inspiration to draw anything, really, sort of. But I did write. I did a little bit of notes for my novel, and I did something I read about once. I wrote a letter to myself. I basically told myself what I wish someone else could tell me, but then again, maybe I've got to be that someone else. They say there's no one in your corner, say there's no one, you know, building you up. There's no person there for you. You can be that person. For me from June 2023, has written that letter to my future self, and one day I'm going to remember that exists, pick it up and say, thanks me, because you were right. I sort of talked myself off a little bit. I don't know, I just feel like a bit of a wreck at times, and yet I know there's a lot of people in the world have it a hell of a lot worse than me. And a lot of my problems are in here. It's to do with my own brain, my own screwed up, miswired thing that makes me me. And yet there's people out there who have to deal with war. They don't even have a place to live. They don't have anything. I feel a bit rubbish for feeling like this, because there are things I do have. I have a family that loves me. I have friends who don't mind my presence. I have you guys who watch me regular here on Twitch. I have a not cocky job, and I have all the games I ever wanted to get. Let's face it. I pulled that off. I succeeded. I always wanted to make my gaming paradise, and I did. I did it. You know? Now it's like, I sort of took it all in one day and just thought, now what? There's times I've sat playing a game, and sometimes it's been a game I really normally enjoy. It's like, and there's just a part of me that thinks, is this it? I got things like this running in my brain all the time. If I fluff up a conversation, if I make a 4-part conversation, I'll be thinking about that 5 years from that point. Not joking. I have been diagnosed with anxiety, and it makes a lot of sense when I think about it. So the ways I've reacted to things at times, I hope no one thinks I'm ignoring them, but it's because of that I don't always know how to converse with people. I've always got so much energy, you know. Well, it got a bit too busy back down there. This is why I didn't want to come on a Saturday, because I knew it'd be quite popular, which is fair enough. Everyone's got as much right to be here as me. And I did get some solitude, so it's alright. I'm just on my way back now. Just heading up the road. Been a good little workout, this has. I mean, I did a stopwatch. It took me about an hour and 34 minutes to get here, and I didn't use the battery on my bike once. So hell yeah. The reason for that is I'm saving it for coming back, because there's I'm in a massive uphill now, but it's the one before I get back to my hometown. That's a bit of a doozy. I speak from experience, so I'm wanting to full blast it. That's the speedometer there. I've got level 3 is the maximum. This will do up to 15 miles an hour. It'll even glide me up through pretty steep hills, which is what I need it for. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's been good to come up here and have a few thoughts, just get a few things off my mind and do a little something that didn't involve a computer for once, you know. It's a shame I can't come here more often, but it is what it is, you know. And if I did come here all the time, it would stop being a special place to me. And you're looking at that, it's not hard to see why it's special. You can keep your futuristic cityscapes. This'll do me. Aye. And don't worry about me, guys. I'll get there. One step at a time. I'll figure out my path. I mean, maybe that's my road dead ahead, you know. I don't know. We'll get there. We'll get there. Whether I'm on my own or not, you know, I have to let go of that. I gotta find. It's like I said in the blog I did earlier this year. I gotta find the fire again. I'm still working on it. I just gotta not let things get me down. Not let things keep chaining my heart. You know, I need to break those chains, rend them free once and for all. That's what I need to do. It's just figuring out how to do it, you know. It's not an easy thing. It's a mental thing. It's hard. I know a lot of you probably understand that. Some of you probably don't. That's fair enough. And if you don't, then I mean this in a nice way, I hope you never do. Because it's not awesome. It's not nice to feel like that, you know. But I'm gonna get going on my road, and maybe I'll see you guys somewhere along it. And if you're having a rough time of things in whatever way as well, just keep on going. It maybe some days feel like you don't get anywhere, but if you get through another day, then you've gotten somewhere. You're still here, right? You still got a reason to be. You still got to go where your path leads, even if it's not quite the same as anybody else's. You know, it's okay for it to be like that, and it's what you got to keep telling yourself. It's what I got to keep telling myself too. So I'm gonna get going, but as always, cheers very much for watching. Keep your fire burning, and I will see you guys somewhere along there.